Hey, how's that New Year's resolution going for you? Good. How's mine going? Well, I'm not telling you. Welcome to the Superpilotish channel. My name's Graham Wilson, and today I'm going to be talking about success in my basement. And hey, Dan. Hey, Jordan. Welcome to the show. And yeah, so I'm going to be talking today about success. And oh, it's a nice clickbaity YouTube title. Get some views and stuff like that. But it's I was thinking about it, like I always think about a lot of stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll spread some knowledge there to the world. So okay, so I had my little whiteboard here. Okay, all prepared for my nice thumbnail. And what's wrong with this? Okay, we're gonna wipe this out. And dude, I see you, dude. And hey, Wrench, welcome back. Okay, success. Well, let's think kind of positively on here. We're not even gonna question that. And wipe that smile off your face. You got to get to work first. Okay, so that's part of it. We're gonna start from scratch here. And yeah, we got there's this phenomenon that happens psychologically with people, and I've noticed that with my teaching people how to fly is that one of the things that can kind of, I guess, kind of subvert your plans or thwart your plans is just talking about things a little bit too prematurely. And so, hey, Corey, hey, April, welcome and happy Monday to you too. And yeah, so uh, what I was going to say is that, um, okay, let's go back a little bit. We'll go back into history here. Way back when, a couple of years ago, I was planning on being a garlic farmer. See, what was happening was that, gardening is one of the things that I like to do, and my girlfriend likes that too. So we were just kind of hanging around thinking, wouldn't it be cool to just be like a farmer? Of course, as we researched it and found out, and I'm not a farmer now. It's way too much work. But anyways, I'm glad people do it though. And we were looking at like, okay, now if our house prices were going up there for a little while ago, and we're like, hey, if we moved up north, we could get some cheaper land up there, get it without too much of a mortgage, and we could probably make a go of it on a couple of acres or something like that. So I was thinking, well, if I'm going to be a garlic farmer, I better start looking into how do you do that? How do you start a business? How do you do, so I laid on the couch and I was watching motivational videos all day on the couch, and how to be successful, how to start a business, top 10 secrets to millionaires. And you laying on the couch there, like, oh, my sandwich is done now. I gotta get up off the couch here to go get some more sandwiches, or something like that. You just sit there and watching how to be successful all day, but that doesn't make you successful, and it doesn't get your garlic farm going any faster either. So I was like, as it turned out, the property values where we were looking at, they were just going up astronomically higher than where our house was going up. So yeah, so much for the garlic farm. But it did get me thinking about how to be successful, and read these books and stuff. How did other people become successful? So I was reading. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm reading all these books and stuff. Well, just a few, and like the common thread there is that, like, okay, you got to be extremely smart, usually pretty charismatic, and like an insanely hard worker. Well, so I don't know how much of that I got. So I'm not going to be a billionaire anytime too soon. So all right, so much for that, but you can still be successful. Okay, so one of the things that we kind of, as we were throwing it out there to people, yeah, we're thinking about starting a garlic farm. We gave some garlic away. Oh, this is great. Oh, I definitely buy garlic from you. And so it's like, yeah, that pumps you up, and you're like, yeah, okay. And you're thinking like a garlic farmer, but I don't have anything more than a couple hundred bulbs in the backyard. So what's that? But you're still thinking like I'm a garlic farmer. So it's kind of disappointing when these things kind of mess up on you. But and I've seen that happen with people that are learning how to fly, where they go out, they'll do a few lessons, uh, plunk down some cash, and then they just disappear. They didn't, and I was trying to think, well, and statistically, the amount of people that actually start learning how to fly and actually get their license, I would say it's probably only about maybe a 10% success rate. It's surprisingly low, but it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money and a lot of dedication. And you got to kind of, you don't want to subvert yourself by doing this thing where you say, okay, I'm a pilot. It's like, no, you just did a couple flights with me, and then you kind of lose your motivation because you're thinking, I'm already a pilot. It's like, no, you're not. You got a lot more work to do. Just like I'm thinking, I'm a garlic farmer. It's like, no, I got way more work to do. So you don't want to subvert yourself. And I'm aware of this. I've seen it happening, and I still fell for it myself, thinking about a garlic farm. So that's why this year for my New Year's resolution, I'm not telling anybody anything. So I'm not going to subvert myself that way. So I'm going to, and it's kind of like the same feeling you get when, if you ever buy a lottery ticket, you got the lottery ticket. And you're imagining, and the marketers, the people that advertise these lotteries, are really nasty about it. Imagine the freedom, and then they show someone with their grandkids at the cottage, or some dude on a boat with some hot chick. Like, it's like, yeah, you didn't do anything, man. You spent $2 down at the corner store while you're buying a pack of smokes or gum or something. And it's like, okay, that's not the key to success. You're not going to feel too great about it. But as soon as you got that ticket, you're thinking, oh, yeah, I am a millionaire. And that what that is, when you're feeling all good like that, that's actually dopamine. It's a hormone that gets released when you're feeling happy. So anytime you're feeling happy, you got dopamine going on in your head. So that's a sneaky little thing there. You don't want to trigger that dopamine too much. Ideally, you want to trigger that at the end as a reward. So yeah, so there's a lot of talk about how to be successful. And that was just my biggest one. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube about that, where people will back up what I was saying. And then I remember in a psychology course years ago I took, they were mentioning the same type of thing in university. So it's real, it's out there. I'm not going to give any links to it because I want you to hunt for it and get a little bit of dopamine when you find the good video. And okay, there's another thing there too I was going to tell you about. Okay, let's write this down so we don't forget. Okay, so the number one thing, if you are going to be successful, say you got a goal, right? Okay, we're talking about getting goals here now. There's a controversy out there. Is it better to have the goal? Is it better to have the system? Because if it's just a goal, you're not going to do it. But I think there's a better, the way that I've seen it, after surfing the couch for like hours and hours watching success videos, it's kind of a combination of the two. So we got to have, you got to have a goal, but you got to have a system to get there. So, but first, we're going to say, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone what your goal is. I want to get my pilot's license. I'm going to fly to across the ocean to Africa. It's like, yeah, you haven't even gone to ground school yet, So don't tell anyone. Okay. Don't tell anyone. Or if you do, keep it kind of on the down low. Oop, that one, let's erase that. We'll make it look a little better here. Got to have some better presentation skills here on the superpilotish channel. Don't tell anyone. Oop, okay, that's not the greatest, but there we go. Number one, don't tell anyone you're setting your goal. But you got to have a system to get to that goal. So now I was watching in one of my many, oh, and hey, Michelle's here too. Hey, Michelle. And Wrench, yeah, hi. And Rob Ryder's in the house. Oh, man, we got a whole gang going here today. And and I'm glad you showed up, Rob, because we missed you madly. And so, okay, where did I get back to here? Don't tell anyone. Goal. Here we go. So when I was getting successful by laying on the couch watching a bunch of YouTube videos, there was okay, like him or hate him, Jordan Peterson had this video. I really liked his older videos when he was just doing a lecture, back from 2016 and stuff. And he was talking about how you have a goal, and it has to do with the I guess your neurology of your brain, where you'll hear something, and then your attention will be directed to it. You'll hear like I don't know, something, a glass drops behind you. Well, you look, right? So there's something in the brain that makes you, if something has your attention, you're going to go towards it. And so if you have your goal, kind of the same thing. I want to do that, and your brain will figure out a way to get there. Or you say, I have to go to Toronto this weekend. Oh, but the highway's closed. Okay, well, still, you got to get to Toronto, and your brain will figure out a way to get you there, even though the highway's closed. So same kind of thing, and you do that with your goals. So yeah, that kind of resonated with me, kind of fit with me. So that's cool. So I think you do have to have a goal to shoot for. I think it should be, and then some people say have an outrageous goal. And I don't know, for me, that doesn't work because it's like, it's got to be something that's sort of attainable, like, I'm not going to start up at my age and become a professional ballet dancer in New York. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be an astronaut. Chris Hadfield is like he's like freaking Superman. And it's like, I can't do that at my age. So that's an unrealistic goal. Or whatever. So, anyways, have your goal, and then don't tell anyone about it. Okay, and then, so now you got to get some action going towards your goal there, and this is something that a lot of people don't do. And okay, here we go. Now, if you're an old guy like me, if you're gonna do something, you got to get out of the house to get out there and do it. So it's like I really am a big believer in I get out of the house every day. I go for a walk. Might just go for a big walk, or walk to the grocery store, walk to the beer store, whatever, and walk to the bank. And so I think that's like, once there's a little bit of action there that you're actually doing. Now, I myself, I'm thinking about this, my New Year's resolution, which I'm not telling you. I've already left the house a couple times, and I'm on my way to doing that. So I'm not being a hypocrite here. I'm not telling you what it is, and I have left the house. I'll just take my word for that one. And yeah, so there we go. There's the other little thing I was going to say. And like, it seems pretty common sense, but you can kind of subvert yourself. Like, say, okay, here we go. Here's an example. How are you going to shoot yourself in the foot because you didn't leave the house? Here we go. You know what? I'm going to lose some weight here. I'm going to get all nice and fit and trim, get all buff, get the muscles and stuff. I'm going to join a gym. Yeah. So you get on your computer. Okay. Gold's Gym. Yeah. Buy membership online. All right. Here's my Visa number. Yeah. Bought myself a gym membership. Like, do you think you're any closer to getting into the gym? You just bought your membership online. I mean, like, you don't even know where the place is hardly. You've never been there. So that, like, you're totally setting yourself up for failure there. And then, it looks like, what do we got here? Oh, Lee Boss. That's a new guy here. Hi, Lee Boss. Welcome. And too bad about your leg there, man. Well, no walking. Yeah, rest it up, and don't push yourself when you do get back to it. Yeah, so I think getting out of the house, it just does wonders for your brain. It activates it, and if you're out walking around, seeing the birds and seeing the trees and smelling the exhaust from the bus, it's like, it's there's a lot more activity going on there, and that also gets your dopamine going. And so now you're feeling good. You got your dopamine. Now you walk into the gym and you check out check out the hot chick that they have there working on the desk. Okay, try to ignore her, and then go to your go work out or whatever. So, anyways, leave the house. That's number 2. And then this is a little bit of a rerun from a relatively famous basketball coach that was here, died a few years ago. His name was Jerry Brumpton, and there's this little equation: P plus E equals S There you go. There's your third thing. So, good old Coach Brumpton used to say that preparedness plus enthusiasm equals success. Okay. So, the preparedness. How am I doing on my on my New Year's resolution? Well, okay. Am I prepared for it? Yes, I'm mentally prepared for it, financially prepared for it. It's going to cost some bucks, but should be worth it. Enthusiastic. Yes, I'm enthusiastic about it. It's should be pretty cool. That's another thing about your goal. You want something that you can be enthusiastic about. It's going to help you out, and it's not really so much for buying things. It's like you want something that will just like you can improve yourself, or you get a skill that you're going to keep with you for a while, or there's you know I mean or I guess it's got to be something that you're really into. Like, because I would say, like, who cares if you got, I'm going to save up 100 grand and buy a brand new Porsche. Well, dude, after like, after a year, it's got a couple dents in it. It just appreciated like 40 grand. Like, you're going to hate yourself after that, unless you really, really like that Porsche. Or if you got so much money, it's not a big deal. So it's like depending on, are you really enthusiastic about that Porsche? I don't know. And you got to think about that too. But I think you can be a lot more enthusiastic about something that's going to change who you are, make you a better person, like people learning how to fly. So yeah, so that is the kind of the three things that you got to look for success. And then after it's all done, okay, we're gonna do a little recap here. So keep it under your hat. And actually, that's what I did when I started this YouTube channel. I didn't tell hardly anyone that I was starting it. And even still, I don't go out and say, hey, subscribe, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, everybody. I mean, I could, but I don't know. I'm still a little worried this thing could fail, even though I've been going great guns on it since the beginning of May. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. Yeah, Jordan got me messed up today by calling it Thursday. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. And yep. Don't tell anyone. Leave the house. What was I talking about? Yeah. Okay. So I did leave the house at some point to even start this YouTube channel. What did I do? I had to go. Actually, I had some beers over at Travis's garage there, and I ended up getting this camera. So that's something. I did leave the house, and then P plus E equals S. Okay. I was relatively prepared when I got the channel going. I'm still enthusiastic about it because I like you guys showing up. So far, successful? Yeah, maybe. And successful enough. I'll keep doing it. I feel I'm getting the dopamine. And yeah, so there we go. There's our little, that's my, key to success. And the main thing is don't start bragging about it just too much. I mean, just seeing people do that, learning how to fly. If you are learning how to fly, you have to actually get to the airport. A lot of people call up, hey, what do I got to do to fly? And you yak, 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 talk, talk, talk. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's great. And then they don't show up. It's much better if you actually go to the airport because that's where the airplanes are. And preparedness, okay, for learning how to fly. To get this back to aviation, preparedness plus enthusiasm equals success. Preparedness, do you have enough money to learn how to fly? It's a very expensive game. And that's why I'm so cheap. I blew all my money on flying. And then enthusiastic, well, flying is really fun. So, I mean, it's pretty hard not to be enthusiastic about that, but there's still a ton of work. And yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, so what I'll do here is I'll kind of scroll through I don't know. I'll scroll through some of these things. If there's any little questions in there, I could probably answer them for you. And we'll see. Oh, hey, Dustin's in here too. Hey, welcome, Dustin. Yeah, it's it's weird. The more people that show up in the chat, it's like woo. It's pretty hard to read and keep my mind on what I'm doing. But eventually I'll be a superpilotish super pro on it. Okay, here we go. Okay, Rancho's asking way back, is garlic safe for continuing exposure? Probably nasty stuff in that. No, it's all natural. It's all good. Garlic's actually it's considered a superfood that's really great for your immune system, and yeah, so I mean but I never get sick because I eat tons of garlic, and people naturally social distance from me because I eat so much garlic, so that's pretty good too. And what else we got here? Dee, dee, dee. Okay. Ginger and peppers. Oh, ginger and peppers. Ginger is actually, Corey was mentioning ginger. Ginger is good. Yep, it is. Okay, what else we got here? Dee, 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 dee. Yeah, so anyways, let's okay, everyone's making fun of me for being a squirrel. Well, not really. But that's what we do. Okay. Oh, and there we go. Wrench is talking about a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Absolutely. And I mean, there was even when I was like learning how to be a machinist, it was the first time I worked in a shop. I didn't know anything about anything. It was just like they said, we were working on this machine, and they said, okay, put this thing here, hit that button, and then the machine would come in. It was a CNC mill, and it would come in and do all this funny stuff and drill some holes, and then it's all done. Okay, take it off. It's your gloves got all soaked in coolant, and it's probably super toxic, and all this stuff. And someone said, "Oh, we got to change the inserts," and I'm like, "What's an insert?" But to ask that, it's this little carbide little thingamajiggy with a screw on it, and that's what actually touches the metal to scrape it out. And I didn't know what that was. Here I'm working in a machine shop. What's that thing? I don't know. And then it went on to, I went on to get my machinist papers, and I can make. Don't really want to work in a shop, but if I had to, I could go make whatever you want out of steel or whatever material you want. So, okay, here we go. Checking out some things. This is awesome. All you guys came in here today. All right, cool. Yeah, and then Rocky Doggy was talking about you need 1,000 subscribers for monetization, 4,000 view hours. That is correct. So, yeah, actually, I'm at 299 for subscribers right now. One more and I'm at 300. Like and subscribe, and then yeah, it'll come. Usually, I've seen statistically. For a channel to get monetized is statistically, I think it's 16 months is what it takes. If it's a regular, yeah, I think it's just statistically, if they keep it up, it's 16 months. Maybe it was 2 years, I forget. I think it was 16 months to get 1,000 subs. 1,000 subs, I'm talking like a YouTuber, and 4,000 view hours. But yeah, well, we'll see what happens here. Okay. Hey, Jordan. Yeah, if you want to get me that extra one to get me to 300, that would be totally cool. All right. And okay, you guys got some really great comments in here. Oh, and Greg McNeely. Oh, hi, Greg. I didn't see you. That's cool. What's Greg saying? Can we chat about the lethality of prolonged petri dish moist worm incubators of bacteria wearing? Well, I'd like to not talk about that. That's all kind of done as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, okay, so there we go. Hey, Lee Boss subscribed. All right, Lee Boss, you're number 300. You the man. Thanks. Okay. Or maybe you did the other day. I don't know. Oh, I'll check it out when I'm all done. Yeah, what the heck. Okay, that's cool. And oh, okay, Wrench is asking about, could you do a video about crossing borders in private aviation? Yeah, I've never actually done that myself, but a lot of people around here have, because Windsor's right on the border. And there's a few steps you have to do. There's a few critical steps you have to do. Otherwise, you can kind of sort of get in trouble. And be very careful. Be very careful about what medication you're bringing across too. So, but yeah, that's a good idea, Wrench. All right, you know what? I will write that down right now so I don't forget. Border crossing. I'll tell you what I know. Border crossing. Yeah, anytime, and that's another thing, guys. Anytime you want to know anything, just fire a question or an idea at me. I'm always looking for ideas for the show. And there we go. So here we are. All right. And Rocky Doggy's asking, have you done a video while flying? I have one video that you can kind of see my leg or something. I was flying with a student that I'm teaching, and yeah, I was trying to get a GoPro camera. It's what's it called? GoPro suction mount fail. It's on my videos on my channel, and it just fell off the window because it's so like I don't know. I was like, how does this thing work? I kind of got my hands on this GoPro and really didn't really. I don't know. There was no instructions that came with it, but there's this thing that says push, and if you push it, it sticks like glue. Did I push it? No, I just like, what's this? Boom, and it fell off. I thought it looked cool when it fell off. So that's the only one I have of me flying. But stay tuned. Coming up this summer, and like that was another thing about when I was doing some things on location before. Yeah, I kind of do want to get into a few more flying videos because I mean that's people like to watch people doing stuff, and I think it'd be pretty interesting to do some flying videos. When the weather gets better, you'll probably see some. Actually, I will make the commitment. You will see some this summer for sure. Okay, here we go. Okay. Cool. So that's about it. Oh, and wrench. Yeah, that was me in the right seat with my hairy legs. Here I got jeans. But anyways. And yeah. Okay. Already answered that question. So, okay, we're just going to kind of shut her down here. So, yeah, it's been awesome, you guys. And some of the new people that came in, thanks for showing up. And you can catch me. I'll be talking about border crossing. Wrote it down so I don't forget. Border crossing and aviation on Wednesday, because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern, and we'll just kind of shut her down. So thanks for watching. Bye.